There. I'm like, what is going on? Okay, hold on. Let me get my light on. I moved my studio around and not sure how this is going to work. Oh, please, please just help me out, please. There. Oh, now it fell down. So, last night and today, I've been moving my studio because I need it more organized. Oh, why did I do that? Duh. Oh, well, that's why. No, you need to go on this side and you need to go up. Please don't knock over anything. Okay, there we go. Oh, it's not turning on. Oh, that's because I'm hitting the wrong end. There we go. And we'll focus. There. Okay, I don't want it like that. Let's see what happens if I do that. That's what I want. Haha. Oh, this may be not the best. Oh, I have an idea. What if it does that? There we go. Oh, no, we didn't know. Oh, I don't have any clamps in here. If I did, it would help. There. That could go there. Well, you'll have a little shadow, but it's not terrible. So, I'm really excited. Hi, Pam. How are you? I'm really excited. I don't want to get it on that. Don't want to get it on that. I got this. Let's see, where's it at? These Dedede from Temu. And I used them just this morning. Well, okay, so I did the card, and that's all I was going to do. But then I realized that I was in love with them because I love the colors. And I really do like these paints a lot. So I started a rock. I like doing rocks. So I started a rock picture. And this is all with these. The thing I like best about these, and some people may not like it. First off, this is pretty cheap watercolor paper. It's Fabriano Studio paper or something. I like it. It's only 98 pounds. I don't like that. It's pretty lightweight, but it is 25% cotton, which is really nice because it gives you a lot of the workability of a cotton paper without the price and the expense. And I love that a lot. So that I'm thrilled to have that. Let's go here. Okay. Chat all messages. Turn this so I can see it because my computer is now to my right. There. So what I like is you can lay down a wash of this and then get your brush wet and put on more, but you can actually mix it on the paper because it's so reactive to the water. So I've saved these in the middle and the bottom there. So I am going to start with, I'll put this up here so you can see. I'm going to use this, which is like a bronze color. It's a good dirty color for rocks. So I'm going to go in here with a light. I just went in here light, and I'm going to put it under here. And I'm going to, I don't know where that came from. Okay. There's just a little tint to my water, but I'm just filling in this rock with wet so that it's wet. Because then I'm going to go back in with that dirty color. So this color right here. And see how it is? And you could see it splitting immediately, gradiating, which for rocks is always a good thing. But the pigment stays so, with this type of watercolor paper, it stays really on the top of the watercolor paper. So you're able to get your rock in here or whatever you're making. I'm going to do a landscape later if I decide I'm tired with this one. I don't have a lot of water on my brush because the water's on the paper. And I just picked up some color. I hadn't seen you around for a while, Pam. I was wondering how you'd been. And I know you went live, I think Friday, but I was doing something. I think I had my granddaughter. I don't know. I saw it and I wasn't able to get on when you were live. So I'm able to lay that down like that. And that's an awesome first coat because it's already looking rocky. Now this one right here, I did right before we came on, and it's dry. It's totally dry, but it's too blue. It's not gray enough. So I'm going to use the second one, which is like a dark silver or kind of a gunmetal color. I'm going to put that on, and my brush was almost dry. And I'm going to go in here and add it. I mean, I'm going to add some water to my brush because the paint, they're so reactive to water that I don't usually keep them wet. Oh, it was just your Friday sews. Okay. Good. I didn't want to miss you on a live. I missed Cindy's tonight. I felt terrible. But I had to grocery shop and pick up prescriptions and such, you know, stuff that isn't fun. But see, I'm changing the pattern in the paper just by having a damp brush because it's so water reactive. And so if you like to add tons of layers, you might have some trouble. You have to learn to work with when watercolor is that reactive. You have to really pay attention when you're working layers. There, I didn't change any of the bottom pattern because I just went over it lightly. So I want to make sure that it's always darkest under where another rock overlaps, you know, like on a riverbed. That's kind of what these are. So I like that because it looks like a rock itself would. This is the riverbed. The darker areas here will be my riverbed. Oh man, my hands are so dirty. I've been painting all day. I stopped, went and got the groceries because my husband's carrying up stuff to the second. I was going to drink that paint water. He's carrying stuff upstairs to the second studio for me. And so I got him a McFlurry because he likes McFlurries. So this rock down here, I started out, see how it's a light green? That's just the undercoat. This one's got green and that one's green, but I like the darker green. So, do I have it? I don't have something to mix on here. Do I have any extras down here? Nope, sorry. I was looking for a piece of paper. So I spilled these and I wanted to put them back in the order that I had swatched them. So I used this to swatch, but and this is the same watercolor paper. It's so water reactive that you can, like these are all dry. I did these a couple hours ago. I want green, but I want a dirty green. So I'm going to use that top row number 5 up here. Oh, and I didn't tell you. So see, I'm reactivating it, but I want it to be a little grungy. So I'm going to use the colors on either side too. So right now I looked it up right before I came on. These are available. This is the Ocean. Where's my, oh, here, I got it. It is the Ocean color set. It's 24 colors. They are the glittery. And I think it's more, I don't think it's really ocean. I think it's more of a, oh, perfect. So I'm going to put this brown over, and I've got a very dry brush because I don't want to pick the green paint up. I just want it to peek through in some places. So, and like I said, I got this directly off just mixing them on this little extra piece of watercolor paper. So I think it's more of a forest or a stormy skies kind of palette than I do think it's ocean. Because I don't think of these colors when I'm doing the ocean. But I'll tell you what, I love this blue. It's like a sapphire blue. This is more like a brilliant sky blue. There's the emerald green that everybody always has, but I love this green. This just about these 4 colors right here, I really love. That purple is scrumptious. I like all the silvers and blues. I'm not really into these colors, but I am going to try and use them. I just watched, I was watching, oh, I'm using this color right here. I was watching Creative Cove, and she did one where she glued like a vintage paper down and then watercolored and inked over it. And her favorite color palettes are like a turquoise, a green, no, a turquoise, like yellow, like a yellow ochre more, and then sienna, and then maybe a darker blue. And I think she uses Prussian blue. No silver in yours. You have the 12 set. So the 2 sets I have besides this one are their primary colors. Oh, that's not it. Yeah, their primary colors. I have that set, which I love. And then is the other one in here? Am I that organized finally? Is it in here? Oh, there it is. And then I have this one, which it wasn't Ocean. It was another one. But I think the colors may be the same. Let me see. Okay, that color is this color. This color is that color. That color is this color. This color is that color. They don't have this color in it. They don't have that. That color is that color. This is that green. This blue and that blue. This, I think, is that one. This one is maybe that. No, I don't think it's this blue. Let me see. Where's my little piece of paper? Let's just find out. So I may have a duplicate, which really is okay with me. I'm not going to complain. Okay, so that's it. And that one's, that's these over here. Oh, so that is a different color, totally. So that one's different. And then I've got this silver and this darker color. So there are a few that are new in this one, and all of those are new. So, but I like them. I wanted you guys to be able to see that. I am going to probably, they have a green set. They have a cotton candy set or a pastel set, something like that. One's a candy set, one's a pastel, I think. And then they have a black and white one. It's all blacks, and then they have all whites. So they have like pearlized and, you know, different colors in the white. Let's see, how is this looking on the screen? That's still not looking very Rocky-like. So let me put these back on. So I do really like these paints. They're inexpensive. I mean, when you think about it, you could buy 12 colors of professional watercolor, and it's anywhere between probably $37 to $100 for 12. I'm having a lot of fun playing with them. Yes, they do have some glimmer, some this back here. They do have some sparkle or shimmer or whatever. It's not terrible. And for rocks, you know, it's okay. It makes them look like they're more underwater than maybe it would have naturally. And they're just I watched, was it Denise Love? She just did a haul and she bought she bought this set, I think. And she was going to hate it because she only buys good, you know, quality art supplies. But I think sometimes you can become jaded when you're just buying quality art supplies, and there could be, you know, some that aren't necessarily the best quality, but that are fun to use, and you're still able to get a professional look out of it. And so I don't judge mine by the price you pay. And that's what she was saying when she did her Temu haul, was that, you know, you get what you pay for. Well, most of the time that's true, but I really like these. Off screen, sorry. This is going to take me forever to get used to a new setup. I may move it back around there. It just depends. There we go. So that's looking better. And I'm going to go in after I get all the painting done and probably add some pen and ink. And I think what I'm going to do is get my dip pens out, like calligraphy kinds of pens. I think I'm going to get them out, and I haven't used them here. So I think I'm going to use them. Oh, this green and red one is pretty terrible. What should I use, people? Let's see. I have to see this because I don't know the colors quite well enough. I want this one to be more of, okay, there's an orange one right there. I love this color, which is over here, which is on the far side. You can't see it if I have it on screen. I'm getting fuzzes. They are not, I have my fan on behind me. I hope it's not too loud and it's bothering you. If it's too loud, let me know. But I like rocks tend to either be kind of tans, in the streams or the river beds, those kind of pebbly rocks. They either tend to be tans or grays, blues. So I like to mix it up so you can follow it through. I didn't use a reference painting for this. Or a reference photo. I just know, what rock? Who's going to say, oh my gosh, that's not a real rock. If somebody says that to you, say, well, show me that it's, yes, it is. Don't be rude. I'm sure there's some rocks out there that I could set up to look pretty much like this. And we use this kind of river rock pebble in some of our beds in our yard, especially in the landscape in the backyard, which the dog, especially Remy, the little dachshund, he loves to poop on the rocks. I don't know why. Why would you want to poop on the rocks? But he does, and my husband gets really annoyed. You don't hear it? Good. Thank you. I was hoping, because this side of the room, there's only one vent in this room, and it's not a huge room. It's the office when you first walk in the house. So it has like double French doors that are glass, and it has a huge window. The other, I'm looking towards my house, and behind me out towards the street is the one window, and it's almost the whole wall. And they only have one vent, and it's over there, and it gets really hot in here, especially because it faces west. And in Colorado, oh, that's looking good. I'm really liking this one. I don't know why, but it's turning out really good. This one is still like, what is that? That's an abomination is what that is. We've got to do something there. So I do have to have the fan on over here or I'd be dying. That, and I bought a candle at the grocery store. It's a Daybreak Rave made with essential oils. It's the Friday Collective. It's very pretty and it smells fabulous. So I do have a candle going. My husband is not a big candle fan. He's like the safety one in the household. It's like, you're going to burn your house down. And I'm like, no, I won't. Everyone knows I'm not allowed to have candles at my house. So, well, that, and it was like $14 with tax for this stupid candle. I thought I had picked a $7.99 one because the cheapest ones you can get at Target, at my Target, are $5, and they all stunk. So I went up to the next level, which was $7.99. Of course, it wasn't. It was $12.99 plus tax. Okay, this one's getting better. And that's because I'm mixing colors. It may always have that pink tinge in there. Red is a very staining color, which is fine. So now this color I used over here, I'm adding it in. One, if it's in the water, it would reflect because it's right next to it. And two, because it's a dirty color. It looks kind of muddy and moody. And that's what this rock needs, is some moodiness. So did everyone have a good weekend? Are y'all raring up for 4th of July weekend? I know it's not 4th of July, it's not until next, Tuesday, but everyone celebrates on the weekend. which means fireworks are going to start going off here. They already started because I have neighbors that shoot fireworks off for everything. And so they'll start going off probably around Thursday or Friday here. And then my dog, Bear, just kind of cowers to it. And he only barks once when he hears the big boom. But my Remy dog, the dachshund, who, dachshunds don't shut up. They bark at everything because they're saving us. He's going to go off the whole time. And it gets him wound up. So then he keeps barking. Dog pee air freshens it. No, I'm not much of a scented anything in my airs. When Jacqueline lived with us and had the baby, had Harley when she was a baby, of course, that was 10 and a half years ago. She was a preemie. She was 10 weeks early. And so she couldn't have scents around her and stuff because she had what's called sticky lung, which means that her lungs were formed, but they were still sticky inside. And so they would still stick together. And so we did everything we could to not. So we didn't have scents forever, any kind of smells in our house. And now she's 10 and a half and she likes perfumes and she comes over and sprays my perfumes on her. There, that's looking better. I may leave it like that because I'm not sure what I'm doing with these two and maybe that one. So I'm not going to do it all at once, but that's the other thing. You see how I've skipped around because I didn't want these to bleed into each other. Rocks don't have, they have very exacting kind of edges. So I don't want them bleeding into one another. So I made sure that they were, I want this color. I'll put that there. I want a little bit of blue with it. Which one's darker? So this one's like a blue gray and this one's a darker one. So I'm going to use that one. I think I have one bottle of perfume and I bought that. They moved out when we moved in here and Jacqueline bought it for me. Harley's mom, my daughter. And so I have one bottle and it's lasted like 5.5 or 6 years. At one point, Harley used it more often than I did, but now I kind of use it more. If we're going out to dinner or something, or I was in a Bible study, so sometimes I put it on for that. Hi, Beth. How are you? Beth's sending me some happy mail from bingo night on Saturday is when you have bingo night. I didn't know how to play bingo, but then you explained it when I was there. So I'm going to set up a bingo card so that I can do bingo with you. When I worked in the nursing homes, I started out as an activity director many moons ago when I was pregnant with my son, who just turned 27. And so I started out before I did social services, I did activity director. And I don't want that color. That's what's giving me the red. Now I know. So I would have to call bingo. And so I was like reliving my bingo love-hate relationship because boy, is it. It is. I had never done it before when I started at this nursing home. And you had to like, if you said before, you had to be like, what was before? Before and stuff like, all of it. Oh, and they would like, that's not the number if you didn't say it right and stuff. So I had to learn all of that. And then when I became a social service director, I would still go and call. And then the activities director could do something else because I learned to like it. But I'll tell you what, those little old people, they get really competitive about their bingos. Really, really competitive. You just bought some crystals? All right. How's the weather been in Florida for you? Yeah, I know. There's a whole list of them. I don't remember them all, but they were coming back to me as you were saying them. My husband's like, what are you talking about? And he's like, oh, I kind of remember that when you would complain because it was bingo day. We had 2 bingos every week, and then 2 more were added in on the first and third week or something. Oh, so yeah, it was a learning experience, and they're so competitive. It just cracks me up. Jeff's mom, my husband's mom, her name was Joan. She loved bingo apparently, because he was telling me stories about when she would play bingo. So Beth gave us lots of reminiscing on Saturday. Okay, I'm liking this, but I I probably need to get a different palette out and add some colors, but I really wanted to do this with this one. And if I remember, I'll put the link in, but if you need the link and Temu, you could just ask me, email me or whatever. Because yeah, I think for the 24, it was 10.15 or something. Yeah, your girls. I know. I saw. It was fun to watch, though. I liked watching it. And then Dana showed how to do the paper thing. And so I was doing it to hold the cards. And I messed it. I don't know how I messed it up. But, man, it was a mess. So I'll have to do another one. I was following her measurements, and it just wasn't working. So I think what I'm going to do when I remake it tomorrow and to send them out when you give me my name is I'm going to just, now I've seen her do it, so I kind of remember. I'm not going to worry about measurements. I'm just going to do it off of memory because I'm better at visual learning than off the math. So this paper, like I said, is 98. So you can see it buckling. Oh, I'm sure it's just me, Beth. You guys did good. Cindy showed us how to do it on her channel too. So I've seen it done twice by 2 different people. So I will get it though. I am just not creative with paper like that to make cool folds and stuff like that. My mind doesn't work that way. Like when I see it, I'll take them apart and figure it out because I like to do that. But to make my own, who is it? 7 Plaza. Oh, yes. I just eyeballed it. Yeah, that's what I think I'm going to do because I think that will be easier for me. And I'll have my cards, especially because the cards are a standard size. And I'm going to get the envelope I'm going to mail it out in. So I will have all of that right there with me. Yes, Cindy, I know they are. I have been to some of those when I was much younger with my in-laws. And I'm like a competitive person, but bingo, I mean, come on, this is a game that you're supposed to be having fun, right? No. I think it's because they gave away real prizes, money prizes. Or at least the ones I've been to. We have a bingo hall here in, it's in Aurora, which is a suburb of Denver. And I've been with some of my friends, and it gets really competitive. I'm like, no, I just need like 2 cards. Because they go so fast. I'm like, no, I don't need more than 2. It's too much. And they have their lucky bingo daubers, and oh my goodness, it's hysterical. One of them, you could tell she was Catholic because she had her lucky saints out and stuff. It was hysterical to watch them. I enjoy that more. That's just how I'm wired anyway. So this one I'm liking not because of the swirls so much. I don't know how I'm going to keep those, but I like the gradient from the dark to a little bit lighter up here. So I kind of like that, especially because this rock right here is lighter and this rock's going to be dirty. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do, but it's getting really wet there and buckling. So I'm going to go in here, and I'm not sure. I think I'm going to make it more of the riverbed, which is just a mix of a bunch of colors. So this is the dirty green that I tend to start with for the riverbed. And I didn't do it everywhere. Oh, yeah. You know what, Beth? Well, my mom was a shopper, but she only bought stuff on sale and bargains, And she always said she would rather have her money and spend it than to gamble it. And so I kind of, that's, I grew up with that. I've never been to Vegas, and we live in Denver. So a hop to Vegas doesn't cost much. And I've got friends in Denver we could even stay with if I wanted. But yeah, I just not, we have casinos up in the mountains here at Blackhawk. My husband and I have been up there once. There's another. Take me to the Dollar Tree. Exactly. I'm so with you. Or a thrift store so I can buy things. I am totally with you. Let's see. I might as well spend my money on something I want. Now I have to be careful because look, this color and this color are exactly the same. So I'm going to have to make sure I get some darker blues in there. There's another fuzz. Get off. And it's not coming from my brush. Oh yeah, this brush is a Faber-Castell number 6 round. I got this when I bought some pencils that were watercolor ones, but I really like it. It does good on everything. And it holds, you guys, I don't know if you've been here when I've talked about it, but I like a brush to hold a lot of water and then allow me to pick up a lot of pigment. So I like that. So I need more blue in there because this one is so, let's see, there we go, is so cream colored. So I don't know if I'll go in and add little baby pebbles in here with my pen. Oh, you could be yeah. When next week when we go to San Francisco, on the way back we have a layover in Vegas. So my husband was like, why don't we can gamble while we're waiting and see if we can take any money home from those slots. Okay, so Jeff is annoying. He gave me pennies because he was like, you can't run through pennies that fast in the slots. So I think I had $10 worth of pennies for the penny slots. And I didn't even make my $10 back at the penny slots. I love to play blackjack. So he knows that. So that's one that I like to do that. But I'd rather have the money and just go shopping. So we are going to do that. We are going to play a couple slots in Vegas at the airport when we're waiting for our next plane. Let's see. Maybe I'll add some of this color in over here because especially over here, we want it more of the blues and grays. Okay, now I have that hair on the line there, so at least it's not bothering me. So yeah, so I got all of our tickets bought for everything in San Francisco. So the first day we don't have any plans. We get in around lunchtime. So we're going to eat and go wander around until 5 when we can check in at our hotel, which is at the airport. So we'll go back and check in, and then we may just stay there and have dinner because they have a hotel restaurant there. Although that's like an experience, that's like expensive and not really the experience, but it just depends on how the flight was and how tired we are. And then the next day we go to Monterey, which is Friday. So we drive down there. It's a 2-hour drive. We go out on a whale watching thing at 9:30 in the morning. And that's between 2.5 to 3 hours. So we're going to do that. And then my husband's not really into the beach or whatever, And so I love water. Like I could like that I'm I'm like okay with spending the whole day there. There's some other things to see in Monterey that are off the beach. They have a boardwalk and stuff like that. So we're going to do that on Friday. And then Saturday, we're going to the aquarium in San Francisco. My husband loves fish and aquariums. And so we're going to do that. And then we don't have any other plans. So I want to go to Chinatown. And then I found some thrift stores. So I'm hoping that he'll let me do that. And then there's the part of the city called Little Italy. Well, it's called North Beach, but it's like Little Italy. So we're going to go there and eat. They have really good bakeries and I don't think. Yeah, anniversary trip. Yes, we're going to this. I didn't know you didn't know. Yeah, I thought I told everyone by now. My husband, we've been married. It'll be 34 years, July 8th. And we haven't ever done anything. For our honeymoon when we were 18 and we just went to Kansas City to the a really nice hotel on the plaza. And then we went to the water park. It's kind of like Water World. It was called Oceans of Fun. And Jeff got sick. He got heat stroke. And then our car was broke. The heater was broke and blowing air at us. And it was about 110 that day. So we went back to the hotel, and the hotel doctor just had us pack a bathtub with ice and hydrate him. So we didn't have really any fun once he got sick. So that's all we've really ever done for our anniversaries. Sometimes my parents or his parents would take the kids and do something, so we could just like be on our own. Yeah. On Sunday, we're going to see the sequoias and the redwoods because I love that. They just fascinate me. And then Sunday evening at 7:30, we have a Sunset Bay tour. So we're going to go out onto San Francisco Bay on a yacht or a boat or whatever. And it's like a 2.5 hour trip. We get to go under the Golden Gate Bridge a couple times. We go around Alcatraz, and then they have a couple other islands, Angel Island and one other one. I can't remember. And so we'll do all that. So I'm really excited. And that's how we'll end because we fly out at like 10 o'clock on Monday. So it should be fun. I think we'll have fun. Jeff he gets sick with round things. And so he's been out on boats and water skied and not had a problem. So I'm hoping he doesn't have a problem. Hey, Barbie. So yeah, so it should be fun. I got it. The reason I'm staying at the hotel we are is we didn't want to stay downtown because they're having a real homeless population issue. And we have that here in Denver. So I just didn't want to deal with it. And so if we stayed at the airport, I think it's the Hilton. I don't remember what it is, but they have free breakfast in the mornings, and then we can, and they have free parking because we're renting a car. So I was happy with that. So yeah, it should be fun. And I love the water. I like this rock you're doing. Oh, now, yeah, it's getting better, isn't it? I tend to paint in layers. So, because I like that look. It's like when you look at mixed media. The more layers you have in a mixed media piece, the more it draws the viewer in. So I like texture and I like that. And with watercolor, you have to build your textures. So that's just something. So I really like the way, see how it's brighter up here. And then I think it's looking pretty good. That's probably my favorite rock. I do like, there's a gray one down here that I did these couple. So I haven't spent much time on these. These usually take me, I'll probably put 2 or 3 more layers on everything. And then I'll go back in with ink probably. But yeah, I like to do that. That's how I kind of like to do my rocks. And these two are pretty close, so I'm going to add some blue to that. How's it going, Barbie? How are you doing, honey? I haven't seen you around much. I miss you and Ken on Tuesdays. Oh, resin jewelry. Ooh, fun. I haven't played with resin at all. I really don't need another. I don't need another thing. I have my mixed media, my collaging, and my watercolor. And I'm getting out my sewing machine that my husband bought me when Harley was born. It's a really nice brother machine. And I am going to sew on paper, although it kind of makes me... But I am going to sew on paper because I am making some things. Oh! Rye bread with butter, warmed. Ooh, like that. No, I didn't see the bracelets Angie made. Were they resin ones? Am I going to want one? Am I going to have to buy one? You know I love bracelets. Well, obviously I have a ton of them on. One of my friends did a rock painting while she was on vacation. They were by a rocky beach, I think is what she said. And I want to do hers. She did it and it looked like there was water over them. Mine always tend to look more like a dry riverbed than they do like there's water. So I looked at hers and I'm going to try and imitate it. Oh, for her order? I knew that's who ordered it when you were saying someone ordered. I was like, you tell Angie that was a great idea. Because that is. I may have to do that with some of mine. Now, you're using just a heavy paper for them. I found canvas paper that I had bought. And so I may do some acrylics on canvas and use that and cut those up for them. I think they'd be kind of cool. So this kind of dry technique that I'm doing, they call it scumbling. Yeah, I love that idea. I think I'm going to have to because I don't think I've ever showed you guys. I have a huge stack of on, the small size poster boards you can get at Dollar Tree, like they're in a pack. So they're like 16 by 14 or 16 by 20 or something. I've done a ton of master boards on those. And they're just sitting there on top of, out in my front room on top of my coffee table right now. And I didn't know what I was going to do with them. So I'll make tags with them because I would rather do that. So scumbling is mostly used in oils because they use a very stiff brush and they go in and it scumble it, like rub it, but it leaves peaks and valleys. And in watercolor, when you scumble, oftentimes you don't see the pattern, but you're kind of seeing that in these rocks that I'm doing. So I'm not using a lot of water because this paint just reacts so well to it, but and the paints stay dry, and these paints stay really dry or wet in their pans. So I have to number them because I've dumped them out twice now. So they need to be like glued to the bottom of this, but I'm going to put them all in one big one once I have the rest of the ones I'm getting. So I'm just waiting for sales. Every time I get somebody who buys something in an auction from me, I go back and buy another paint thing. Because I decided if I'm going to keep buying art supplies, because I do buy too many, because, can you have too many art supplies? I don't think so. that I'm going to have to do it off my earnings, not the family earnings. So that's what I've been doing. Right. Cindy's. Good night, Beth. Thanks for coming, sweetie. I enjoyed it. Cindy's doing a swap on her channel for tags. We're doing 2 tags, I think. Oh, I should have brought mine in. Oh, but you don't want to see them. What if I get your name? I have my 2 tags made, and I love them. They're very different, but I love them. They turned out so good. I just have to put the holes in the top of it and then make a tag holder, and they're all ready to go. I'm so excited. Oh, look, my rocks are starting to turn out, guys. See, look, now it's looking more rocky. Oh, I'm liking it. Craft, not craft. Yeah, I know what you meant. So, yeah, Barbie, you should do that. You have watercolors. You could cut them and make them into tags, and then you could swap with us. That would be fun. Oh, I found a box of my old watercolors. That's what happens when things move. When you're, cleaning up and rearranging. So I was all excited because now I have more fodder to cut, and one of them I fixed. Well, last week I worked on some of those that I had found. I have that one framed now. It's sitting out in our hallway by our guest bathroom that I walk by. You have to walk it. If you take the stairs down from upstairs, you have to walk by it. So I have it sitting there. It was crooked. I tried to fix it. I said I fixed it, but then it was crooked again. So I don't think I really fixed it. But that's okay. Whatever. It doesn't have to be perfect. It's just at my house. If someone buys it, I'll fix it. But I haven't put it up. Like I think I did a video, or I did a post on somewhere. And so if somebody wants it and buys it, then I'll clean the glass and make sure it's in there securely, and definitely make sure it's straight. Oh, fun. That's funny. Look. Okay. So this is where it's at right now. So you guys can see it. There. It's coming along. For only working on it for a couple hours, that's doing good. Okay. So one of the tricks I was going to show you guys. Oh, don't put it that way, Kristen. You haven't. So over this, you can laminate it. I do fake laminating where I take strips of clear packing tape and just do that so that it's not, so it doesn't get ruined. So let me put this in here. I'll show you. I got things ready when you said dead birds. I have a bookmark that I'm going to make here, and it has birds. They're not looking quite too alive either. Then I did irises in the middle, and then I did a feather over here, and that's an odd size. I don't know if I can make it. May become a tag, or I don't know what. But, and I'm not very good at irises, but I had the purples in here, these 2 purples, and then the purple in that other one. So I wanted to do them. So I think this is 9 by, what is this paper? It is Fabriano. It's this one. If you're looking for it, it's 9 by 12. So I split those up. I just wanted to play with it. Ouch. And have stuff to do for these lives and stuff. So I did that one. Then this is the landscape I'm going to work on. You can't really see it. I tried to keep it pretty light, but they're in there. It's going to be very abstract. And then there's the bird. That bird, he looks like he has mange or something. I don't know, poor thing. Then here is the one we worked on last week that I made. So I have been working on it. I've gone through 6 pens. just 6. And they keep dying on me. But I've got it started, and I've drawn in some of my flowers that I'm going to go over. So it's going to come along. This one is just a piece that's taped down. But I wanted to show you. So this right here is a hard placemat, you know, like people use in their kitchens or whatever. My mom always used these hard placemats for putting plants on, so that if the bottoms of where the water was stored overspilled or whatever, it would go onto this and not her good stuff. And I got this, and it has cork on the other side, which I flip them over and I can use them as my camera background. That's what I've been doing today. But what I was going to show you is I use these to tape my papers down to. So I could tape my paper down to here, and then it won't buckle as much. So I used washi tape, but I'll use masking tape to tape it down to the surfaces. I got this for, it was $1.99 at Goodwill, and then it was half off day. So I got it for $1. You can't get hardboard, which is just like the stuff they make clipboards out of. You can't get a piece of this for that price. So I use that a lot in my, I buy these when I see them and use them. Oh, sorry. And I have other ones. I have all different sizes, and I use clipboards too. I take the clip thing off and I'll use them, and some of them I leave the clipboards on, but that way you don't warp as much. So let me put this back down. There we go. I can work on, go back there. So yeah, so that's what I do. And I like to have lots of different things going, because I'll get tired of working on my rocks, maybe. Although rocks and I get along fairly well. It's getting to the point, once I get them done and they all look like rocks, you know, that I will, I'll probably just hang it up in front of me on my pegboard on a clip and look at it for a while to decide what exactly I need to do. Let me put that. I have it leaned against my water jar there. So these are looking really good. That one's still, I don't know what to do. It's so light. Let's see. Maybe this green, because I could still do green. Let's see. Oh, maybe that's what it needs, because that'll turn brown with the others. Yes, that's a good thing to do too. I've done that. The clear ones that you get, I think you get 3 cutting boards a pack or whatever. I have a bunch of those too. I used those when I was teaching. That way I could pack, because we were in another school, and it wasn't our classrooms. So everything had to go back the way it was when we left. So I could, you know, the kids could paint, and then I could stack them and they not get damaged. Oh, I just about put that in my drink. Not get damaged before the next week. So yeah, that's a good way to do it. I like having my stuff mobile, and with watercolor, you know, your papers can only take so much. So then you have to, of course, move on to another thing. And so once I'm in my studio, I don't tend to leave even upstairs or downstairs. I could sit in here and paint for 6 hours and not realize it. I have what's called overuse syndrome in my right hand. So it swells up and looks like Hulk. I call it my Hulk hand. And so my husband does remind me to stop. And so then I have to, but it's not by choice. I like to just do it. And I forget I'm not hungry. And I usually bring in, like, I had rice cakes in here before. So I ate my rice cakes when I got hungry. And then I have my 2 drinks in here. So I don't have to leave unless I have to go to the bathroom. So I try and do as much as possible. And especially if you're kind of in the groove for painting one day, then I have a bunch that I can flip through and, oh, I kind of want to do that one, or, oh, let's work on this one. So I have not been sleeping. Friday night I did an auction, and we ended at 3 o'clock my time. And then we talked, how you talk after an auction in the back room. And then Jeff was up. He had woke up a few minutes before I ended. So he came down and we watched something on TV, and then we went to bed. But then I had to get up because I had to go get my granddaughter. Oh no, she was spending the night. So I had to get up because of her. So I didn't get that much sleep. And then last night I couldn't. And then Saturday night, she spent the night. And I came in here and I was like cleaning like a mad woman. It was crazy. I got so much done. And so it was like almost 4 o'clock in the morning. So I didn't sleep that night. And I got up with her Sunday and we did stuff. And then I took her home. And I didn't want to take a nap at 5 o'clock because then I wouldn't sleep. But I still didn't sleep well last night. So I'm hoping today, and today's just been a wash, just not a good day. So I'm hoping that when I get off, it's 10:30 here. So I've been on an hour, 56 minutes, pretty good. Hey, I've gotten a lot accomplished on this in 56 minutes. So this one has the blues and greens in it, and there's a lot of gray, and then there's this one next to it. I am going to add some of the lightest silver. So it's this one right here. I haven't used much of that one. It's like a true silver. I haven't used much of this, so it'll go down as a gray. And I'm just going to add it over it to give texture and to tone down some of the, and my paint is wet, and so is my brush, but not dripping. So I'm just going to add what would be like, spotties. I'm just using the shape of my brush and I'm just laying down colors, this color. And I'm trying to keep it fairly light. And so it will be translucent or transparent through it, but it gives it a texture. And like I said, it is toning down that green, which I think is probably pretty important. And this right here where the riverbed is, I need to add some brown to that because it's almost all grays. So so when you use the Target app to buy your groceries or whatever, you get, they give you a kickback, you get your coupon savings or whatever on it. And I had $20 I had saved up. I didn't tell my husband, but I had. And I was on Pinterest, was it last night when I couldn't sleep? And they had a P.H. Martin. Hi, Sharon. I'm so glad you came. It's nice to have you. I'm just working with some paint. These are watercolors that it's a 24 set. They're called Dedede, and they're on Temu. So I got them this week, and I decided it says ocean colors, but I think they are definitely more like, sorry, I moved my camera and now I'm all discombobulated. I think they're more like forest colors. So I'm doing a pebble riverbed kind of thing right now. But so they had on Target, they were having a sale on Dr. P.H. Martin acrylic inks. And I have a few. We used them in college. And then I've used them for other things. And so I ordered them. They were $24. So I only paid $5. And I used our red card, so they gave me free shipping. So yeah. Oh yeah. See guys, now the green's still green, but it's okay. Now I'm going to add some brown in here because it got it got dark, which I wanted, but I wanted more like over here. I just thought I liked that. So I think I'll add maybe this one. And these aren't usually colors I use. Oh yeah, oh good. Look at that. That's going to add just the right amount of brown in there. Oh, I decided right and it worked. Doesn't always work. Sometimes it does. I don't mind it being dark right up against the stone. Yeah, that was last week you did that. You were on a live or something. I want another one of your Cindy packs. I thought I had ordered 2, but when I got it, I only had 1. So I would like another one of them when you make them. Cindy hooks me up with her jelly pools, her jelly print pools. That's what I like. So yeah, I made that browner over there. That's better. Usually I make it very dark, almost black for my riverbed, but this time I wanted it more of a brown, more beachy like. So, and Cindy, I want some more of those flowers that you die cutted. I'll pay you. Slip them in my pack. Oh, her Cindy packs are awesome. I'm using them. I'm making something and I've used a bunch of it. And I was like, I really thought I got 2 of these. So this one is that color watered down. And it needs to not look like that because stones aren't that smoothie. So yeah, I loved your Cindy packs. I think that's a great thing to sell. So I'm going to go in here and I'm picking up the color that made it and I'm going into my silver down here. And yes, my brush has both of them on it. That's okay because I want that mix. Oh, I hope it's okay. Yeah. And it's very muddied, but if you think about rocks when they're dry, they are pretty muddy looking. You know, they're dull. They're a dusty kind of look. So that's okay. I am leaving some spots lighter because that implies a texture to your brain when you are looking at paintings. So I like that. That helped a lot. So that corner is looking pretty good. This one right here, we're going to work on next. Okay, I'm putting off working on that one because I'm not sure what color I'm doing it. That's why it's sticking out like a sore thumb. So we're going to do this one, and it's in between these blues and grays. So, and it's a blue. So what I think I'm going to do is how I put silver on this one or a bluey silver on that one. I'm going to do the opposite. I'm going to put that color onto this one with some silver in it. And actually, I went more of a yellow like this one. And I'm going to add this silver to it. And we'll see what we can get. Here. Yeah. Because there's a couple reasons why you want to do what I'm doing. I'm using the other colors in with them because it becomes more harmonious. Even these vast, like a green here to the orangey here to the very gray here, they all have the same colors in them. So in our brain, they all match very well and they're cohesive. So that's one reason you do that. 2 is I'm doing the light layers. Yes, I know. I know, but I want another one of your Cindy ones, and I'll take an ephemera one from you too. That way it's worth mailing. You can hold them, bill me and hold it until I buy some more. But yes, I loved your ephemera pack or your Cindy pack that you did. I thought it was 1, a brilliant sales idea. 2, a great way to use your stuff up. And 3, I love your stuff that you make because usually you send me that stuff as a gift. See that one? It's not standing out as much as I think I want it to, but for now, I'm going to leave it because it's wet. So over here, these all look pretty good. This blue one even looks okay. This one, I don't know. It looks like spaghetti or something. I'm going to have to fix that. But they're getting better. Like all in all, like if that was all I had, if that was the painting, then I just have to work on these three. This one maybe, but I think I'm probably pretty much done with this one. Let's go work on this one. Not sure what I'm going to do with him. So, oh, that's right. Today's just Monday anyway, but I didn't buy anything at your sale today. So let's see what we got on my brush here. I got a dirty green, and I'm just kind of wiggling my brush. So I'm using the shape of the brush to make this mess on it. And that's okay, because like I said, these are highly reactive, and they're going to, let's add some of this color here. They're going to spread and mingle within each other. And they're also granulating, which means the paint molecules fall apart and pool, which is good for rocks, because then it looks like there's mica and stuff in there. I don't like those pointy ones. Oh yeah, I do. I'm going to do a whole people thing, because I think the old photos are hysterical. I got, for $5, I got a good pack of them from this guy, and they were all well, I got a $5 pack that, or a $6 pack maybe, that was early 1900s, like the zeros, and then, or 1800s. So I got those, and then I got a kids pack that was from before, like right around World War II and before. So I'm gonna do a kids pack with probably those kids pages you gave me. I'm gonna make something out of them, because I love that kid book you use. It's my favorite. You know I love that book. And I have different, and I love that one because it has different cultures and heritages in there. So that one's looking better. So when I'm looking at it this way, this one, I have the pattern going left to right horizontally when it's sit this way. I have no idea how this picture is going to be framed or where I'm signing it either. None of that has come into play yet. Like, that's not something I know yet. I just keep turning it to work on it. So, and there are rocks that do have these striations in them. So I don't mind that at all. Let's see. I was doing this one with this one. Let's add some of this color. Oh, I don't have it because I used her. I know. I was so mad at myself for not taking even a picture that I could make a copy of. I do have a couple others, but she was a bigger one. It was just like from her shoulders up. Oh, Barbie, that excites me. Like, that's what I need. I need more of that. No, you guys would die if you saw all I had. Oh, but at an auction, it wasn't even like, it was a bizarre series of events that led to this. But I got sewing kits that they had like made for a business or something as like a giveaway. And they are so old. They're in a glassine envelope, each of them. And I think I got 10 of them for like nothing. Like I paid like $3 for them. And they've got the old needles and buttons and snaps in it and stuff. I cannot, I probably should send you each. Well, Barbie, you're not going to use it, so I wouldn't send it to you. But Cindy, I should send you one. Because I'm going to put them up for sale, but I will send you one. It's the coolest thing. They're just these old, and my husband's like, why did you get those? And I'm like, because they're cool. He's like, oh, okay. There was one that was outside of the pack that was like, so they could open it. And then the others were still in their original bundle and everything. It's just cool. See that rock? I'm not going to add the weird squiggles, but I will probably go in with white and add something maybe. I'm not sure. We'll see. This isn't a rock. This is supposed to be riverbed right here. Oh, fun. Yeah, Sharon, I don't know if you saw that. She said, let her know if you want the ephemera for $8 pack or if you want a Cindy pack, which is stuff she's made for the $6. No artwork like Cindy's. That's okay. Believe me, we like all that stuff because it takes all that stuff. And I use it in my collages is what I use it for. Need to make that dark. Oops. Hi, Willow. How are you, honey? Is it hot in Kansas? Hot and humid like normal around 4th of July in Kansas? I'll tell you what, though. My mom, some of our best friends, her birthday is June 30th. So she always had a July 4th party, you know. So all the kids were there. The parents were there. They had an above ground pool. Plus they lived on a farm. So we had everything, the trampoline, the pool, the animals, the horses, whatever. And so I miss those years of going out there because we did our own, every family brought their own fireworks. Then we put them all together and we would just shoot them off. And so I really miss that from when I was a kid. That was so fun. It was so much fun. 106. We're supposed to hit 92 tomorrow here in Denver, which is our first 90 day this year, which above 90 or above. Today it was really nice. We haven't had rain in 2 days, which is normal, but it's been so unnormal. Triple digits. I know. I tried to get into Keisha's Market, but I haven't. I would love to get into Keisha's Market. I would love to. Because one, I buy stuff. Oh, yeah, I know. That's exactly what you have to do. Especially because don't you live in a trailer? Not that there's anything wrong with that. I just meant because trailers tend to get really hot. Really hot. Especially in Kansas. And the humidity seeps into those things. Oh. Well, if you do a craft sale, you have to let me know because, well, I have to be there to buy stuff. We're saving money for San Francisco. So I've been selling stuff. A double wide oven. Yeah, that's what it's like. I know. I asked somebody else that and they got all upset that I was like dissing on them. And I'm like, no, it had nothing to do with that. It's just that trailers tend to be really hot during the summer, especially. And I was just wondering if that's what you were living in. Lots of people live in those. We don't have so many of them around here in Colorado. I don't know why. In the Denver area, but well, that's nice that you do that, Willow. Donating them and stuff. That's really nice of you. I'm going to put some of this electric blue in here. Let's see. Oh, yeah, that's what we needed. It made a kind of a green, but I want more of the blue to show. So we're going to just keep touching it in there. When we bought our first house in Manhattan, Kansas, we looked at a double wide trailer. We almost bought that instead of the house. Because it was much cheaper. But we ended up with the house. But in Manhattan, Kansas, a lot of people live in trailers. If we had bought the trailer, we wouldn't have flooded in 93. We closed on our house June 1st, and June 13th, we had flood water in our house. We moved in the 13th or 14th, and that was the night that we had Manhattan's like in a bowl, and there were 9 or 10 tornadoes that touched down all the way around, rimmed us all the way around. Oh, yeah, I think there are advantages to living in, especially in Kansas, but with all I was worried about living in the trailer just because of the tornadoes, and they do happen so frequently in Manhattan. Like I said, we were rimmed. It was the craziest thing. So crazy. And then we flooded. It was just bizarre. We were putting in a chain link fence at our house. Because we lived on a corner lot. It was almost a half acre. It was over a quarter acre, but under a half acre in town. And so we had the holes for the fence. We had just put them in. And then we were flooded. And in the flood waters, some of the holes had fish in them. Some of them had frogs in them. I mean, it was crazy. It was just the weirdest thing. Because you'd walk out and you'd hear like, what is that? And you'd go over and there's a fish in there from the river that became our house. There we go. So all this end is pretty good. This rock's kind of weird. I don't know. I may have to do something with it. I'm pretty happy with this one. Flipping. This one, I think I need more something on it. Oh, can Sis come rub my back? Ooh, that sounds good. I would like that. I bet she's good at it by now. I know. I thought maybe while we were in San Francisco, I could get a massage. The hotel, if they have them. I don't know. I don't know if you heard, Willow, but my husband and I, our 34th wedding anniversary is July 8th, and we're going to San Francisco for the weekend. Neither one of us have been there. He's been to California and Washington and Oregon and stuff. I haven't been to any of those places. So I'm very excited about it. Very, very excited about it. We leave on Thursday the 6th, I think is what it is. Oh, no, at the back door? That'd be crazy. Yeah, here, when we moved in, we thought our basement was watertight because it looked to be. When my son moved in, though, the next summer, where we have in Colorado, thank you, Sharon. They put the utility boxes. They don't put them in the garage. They put them on the outside of your house, with the breakers and stuff. So it wasn't sealed up. And when rain would drive in, it would go behind the insulation downstairs. Yeah, that's what you have to do. Yeah. So I thank God my son was in our basement because we would have never known. Because when we would go down to check, we have a hard water salt thing. I don't know, whatever. You have to put salt in it and the hard water goes through it before it feeds to the rest of the house. And it helps make some of the hard water not so bad. So when we would go down there, we would never see the water because it would either be dried up or it was running behind the little bit of insulation because it's an unfinished basement, but they had started finishing it. And so, yeah, my son found it coming down. So they were able to seal up that breaker box so it's not coming in. That's the only time we've ever had any water problems except for the flood. Water softener. Yep, that's, hey, Barbara. How are you? Yep, that's what it's called, a water softener. We have to put salt in it. Hey, honey. No, I don't think he is. Maybe. No, he must be upstairs.
Okay. Oh, there he is.
Are you going to bed?
Yeah.
Okay, good night.
Good night. I love you.
Love you too. It's taking my Remy dog to bed. Bear was in here asleep. Remy was out on the couch. Oh, well, that would have been really nice, Willow, but no, there's no overhang where this is. It is the craziest thing because people could walk in your backyard. I mean, we're fenced in here and it's that. But if you didn't have a fence up, they could walk in and just throw your breakers. It's crazy to me. Growing up, ours was in the garage, but that was okay. But yeah, it's totally crazy to me that we have to go outside to flip the breaker switches. Crazy. I am adding this really bright blue to this rock. I don't know why, and it may not stay in here, but sometimes it's kind of fun to add an unexpected color pop. And by the time I get done with the darks and everything, it won't be that bright. It won't look like lapis anymore. Yours is outside? Yeah. It's just bizarre to me. Because it's not safe. It just doesn't seem safe. I'm glad I don't live alone. I wouldn't like that. Okay. I'm looking at it through the camera because if you don't know if something's finished or whatever, if you take a picture of it with your phone and look at it, you can see a lot. You can see it differently. Yeah, they should. We've had to install it on our 2 homes here. This one isn't done. I've only done 1 layer on this one. You threw a burger today? Did you have your air conditioner going in your little room and your fan? So you ended up with a blown fuse. I am so thankful my husband got our air conditioner fixed before it got hot. We don't have to suck the humidity out here, at least not very often. I mean, humidity here is like 25%, which is nothing. We're just not used to it. But it does get hot. And if the sun is hitting you. So I'm using, for this one, I have a very dry brush, and I'm wiping it across like you would if you were staining something. And so I'm using the pattern on the paper to help add texture. This is very brown over here, so I'm going to have to go in and add blue to darken it up, or maybe more brown. I don't know what I'm going to do. Oh, the air fryer and the microwave at the same time. Oh, Barbara, it's 1 where you're at? Yeah, it's 10:55 here. So I'm on from 11:30 Eastern to, and I usually stay on between an hour and a half and 2 hours. What's that going to need? I'm going to need some green down here, probably. Yeah, Willow and Cindy are both Central Time. We're Mountain here in Denver. I grew up in Central Time, though. I lived in Central Time till I was 29. It was weird moving to Mountain. So there was a lot of green down on this side, blues and greens, and not a lot here. I have this part, so I'm going to add a little bit to this guy and make him look a little greener. My husband likes my, I wonder where I got that color from. Maybe here. My geodes that I do, and like I have cabochons. So he asked me if I was going to do some more of those. So I might get a cabochon out and paint it next week. Ooh, my foot fell asleep. It was under me. Oh, I'm hitting the table. I'm sitting on my chair sideways because I have an L-shaped desk here. Well, actually, it's a U, and I'm in the middle of it. And I put my camera to the left now. It used to be straight ahead, but I didn't move my chair when I started. I got blue in here, so it needs to go here. Oh, yeah, that's what that needs. Some blue. So today I did terrible. Well, we were out of like all my protein stuff. So I've done terrible with the protein. I've never done this bad ever, I don't think, even when I first got out. And so I'm going to have to eat some more before midnight so that I'll probably eat 10, or I'll eat at least 15 more grams of protein before I go to bed because I just haven't got much today. My husband found me some protein chips though, and one bag of the chips is like 19 grams of protein. Oh, you're in Pennsylvania. Oh. Yeah, Pam, you're in Utah, aren't you? Somewhere in Utah. Oh, you're right outside Salt Lake, if I remember. Somewhere like that. So I was wondering, I have a P.O. box that I use as my return for like eBay. Well, it's my return address on everything, my pirate ship and everything. And I wasn't going to renew it because it's $150. It's the smallest box they offer for a year. And I think that's utterly ridiculous. So my in-laws, they live out in the country and they have a P.O. box too. See the old man in the rock. No, I don't. You'll have to send me a picture and circle it again. So they pay under $50 for theirs, and they have a size bigger than I do. But my husband thinks that it's worth the money for safety reasons. So I guess I'm going to have to pay that in August. Which really irritates me. When I started, it was like, I still thought it was too much. It was like $65. But back then I was selling art to people I didn't know. I was doing eBay. So I am trying to make this riverbed. I'll probably have to do something. I don't know. I guess people could think it's a rock under there too. It was supposed to be a riverbed. I know. That's what I was telling him. Well, and I've been online for so long selling jewelry, or when I had my private practice, therapy practice, I was online. I still have the same phone number I've had since we moved here in '99. So most everybody can find me anyway. So I didn't think it was that big a deal, but he does. So I think that I'm going to be paying for it. Besides, where we live in our neighborhood, we're like, there's a main drag and then you have to turn off, but we're at the very back of it. Like, we just don't have traffic back here either. You'd notice if someone came by. Plus, I don't think anyone would stalk me anyway. I'm not a fun thing to stalk. I don't do much. So, okay, I am liking it. these kind of meld together too much over here, but maybe that's okay. Oh, that one I don't like. I don't think. That one I haven't done much to. And my phone is in the way for me to put this all the way up so you can see it. Let's move these down here. So this one right here is pretty gray, and there's a gray one next to it. So I may add some of this lightness to it to kind of bring that color down into here. And it will turn green because it's a yellow base for that color. And then it is blue underneath. So it's not going to be ochre-y. I'll have to do quite a bit of work to get it ochre-y. It turned green. And that's okay. I'm going to add a little bit deeper orange to it, I think, which is this one. So I'm going to start in the middle here because there's already seems to be where that color wanted to be. And so that's adding this color from over here and that color. So that's helping that out a lot. I'm going to add some more blue to it. Yeah, our neighbors across the street are selling their house. We would move from Colorado if, I mean, I don't really want to leave my granddaughter, but it's so expensive here and we're on a fixed income, except for whatever my art, when my art was selling, it was great. It wasn't that big a deal, but our insurance is through the state right now. And because of working. And so we wouldn't have that if we moved somewhere else. And I have medications, and my husband does too, that we have to have. And I don't know if we could afford them if my art's not really selling and my jewelry pieces aren't selling like they were before COVID. That makes me a lot happier with that rock. I'm still not incredibly happy with this one. I may go in and add some. That's what it needs, just a little bit. So I would really, because we're like the 5th most expensive place in the United States to live, behind New York, San Francisco, Seattle, probably Washington, D.C. Yeah, I like that better. So yeah, it would be nice to leave because groceries are so expensive. And then there's not quite the pressure on me to sell art again and stuff. I want it to sell because I liked it when it was. There was something over here I was looking at that I didn't like, but now I don't see it when I turn it this way. This one's really blue. I need to add maybe this color. So I just want to light layer this over it. So I put a little bit on it. My brush is almost dry, just enough to move the paints. So the texture's still same, but it's getting a little muddy. The color is muddier. And that's all I wanted. I just wanted to tone down so it didn't look blue. It looked more gray. So I have probably worked on this paper about as much as it's going to take till it dries out again. But what I will do is probably go in with some pen and ink. And then next week I will show it to you, and I will peel off the paper, the tape. Because that's when you have the real piece of, you're like, oh, it's a piece of art now. When you see the white border around like a matte frame. When I sell these pieces, I mat them, and I have them in frames usually for the pictures, but I give you a recommendation on frames if you don't want, because a frame adds between $20 and $50 to a painting. So if they don't want that, and paying that for the frame and the shipping of the frame, then I will just sell it matted. And sometimes I mat it so you could still see the white around it. And then sometimes I overlap the painting and the matte is the only white you see. Or I do use color mats sometimes too. Oh, she got her doctorate here? Yeah. That's cool. My son got his bachelor's degree here. He finished up. He'd been in K-State. And he finished up here. I'll turn it. I kind of like it up vertical better than horizontal. I'll have to look at it. Although when it goes this way, I do like the way that this side of the rocks overlap. And then it looks like there's a pool of water or something underneath them. So it may go that way. I don't know. We'll find out as it evolves. So I've done an hour and 30 minutes and it's getting kind of stuffy in here. So, and I need something to eat. So I think I'm done for tonight. I will be back on, I am working on a 5-minute video or something about some different things to use when you're using watercolors, like salt and stuff. He's at the top. Okay, so when I turn it this way, I'm not seeing them at all, Cindy. You have a good eye for finding those things. The bright blue and red rock. So that's this one. The bright blue. This way. Oh, you did? Okay, let me look. Let me look. Oh, I didn't. My phone didn't go off and tell me anybody sent me anything. Okay, so you need to come down here. Oh, okay. So it goes this. That's how you have it. So if I turn it this way, he's in here. She circled it right there. So that's this part right here, because here's this part. No. Let me see. No, it is this way. Oh, but it's flipped in your screen. So, it'll be right here. There's an old man in here. I don't see it, but I believe that you see it. Let me see here. How do I make it go back up? Okay, there we go. I'll tell you what, I may mat it smaller than this 9x12 or whatever I said it was, because I really like from here to here. It may end up being a smaller one. Like that, like there. Because I really like all of that. Maybe down a little bit, like that. So it'll show up on the screen in just a second. Okay. Yeah, because I really like it like this. So that's what you have to do. Oh, did I take my mats down? Where did I put those? So I have this. Oh, here it is. So having mats, this was a funny color, so I just colored it. But see, I really like it like that. I don't like it like that. I like it like that. But this is, oh yeah, this is the right size. So but I like it way like that. So this may end up being how I mat it. If it's something that, I put up for sale or whatever. A lot of times I show them on my whatever Instagram's how I sell most of my stuff. Sorry, that got in the way. And if people are interested, then I will price it and sell it. Night, Willow, have a good evening. So that's how I do that. If it's for a show or something, then I can I'll make things, and of course they'll be priced for that. Otherwise I keep them, and then somebody wants a painting or something, we can use them as references to what they want for their painting. So that's how I do it. So my opinion of these Dedede Praise, I have 3 of them, and I like them all. I think they re-wet and have a great color load. I haven't used them on really good cotton paper. This is only 25% cotton paper, and I've used them on wood pulp. I've enjoyed them. So, for $10, I think they're worth it. I didn't pay $10. I think I paid $8 because they were on sale or I had a coupon or something. But they do have some other color options. I will probably be getting those throughout the summer. And then I will put them all in one big, huge palette together and use them. And then I'll have extras. So I'll probably make a little palette, and maybe I'll do a giveaway of it because some of the colors repeat. So I will probably do that because I like them. These aren't shimmery. These are just matte colors, and I like that. These are shimmery, and I have a couple duplicates of them, but I like them. This was the first palette I tried. So, yeah, I think they're great. I like the little box that comes in. I will probably stick them down to the bottom so I don't dump them out again. So I do enjoy them, and I think they're between $5 and $10, and you get 24 for 10, and you get 12 for around $6. I think it's worth it. And I think it's a good way to start out and have them if you don't want to pay for extraordinary, for professional paints and, put all that money in. You'll still get the feel of a watercolor with them. So that's what I think. Have a great week. On Thursday at 10 o'clock Mountain Time, which is 12 o'clock Eastern, I have the virtual bead boutique, and I usually do an hour to 2 hours of sales on that. So if you want to come and just hang out, that's great. If you happen to see something you like and want to buy, that's awesome too. So have a great week, guys. Oh, wait. What is it? Oh, that would be a good idea, Barbie. Like it's grown up between a couple of them. I could do that. Uh-huh. Yeah, Barbie, I probably have close to 30 different palettes. And I don't have it in here. There's a girl that is from Australia, and she made hundreds of different color palettes and has pictures to go with the color palettes. And she sells, they're called color cubes, and she has 2 different ones. And I bought both of them because you got a better deal. And so you can pick out a color palette out of those and then do a painting or whatever. I'll try and remember to bring it in here on next Monday night and show you. I think that there is an opening or a haul of that on my videos. So yeah, I will. Yeah, Yep, that's what she has. I think it's called the Color Cube. I can't remember her name, but I love it. And and I use that. I've done that because otherwise I use the same. Oh, really cool. I'll have to check that out. I use the same colors over and over and over again. So I like having different ones. I have a Pinterest color scheme or color palettes on my Pinterest page that I've just collected over the years. So yeah, I know what you're talking about. I love it. And it helps a lot because otherwise people tend to use the same colors they're used to. So thanks. And I'll check out Bisu's Facebook. I will. That sounds like fun. Otherwise, I'll see you guys later. Have a great evening. Don't stay up too late.